Howdy there. Happy New Year. Not New Year's, because it's only one New Year's, not multiple New Year's. We are in Wilmington, South Carolina at Julie's best friend Shelby's. She was the maid of honor in our wedding. Today I promised you a little bit of an update on the van and what we've been dealing with. Everything's fine. I know there's a little bit of concern about the stability of the van and if it's going to get us back to California, because we still have about 2,000 miles left. I'm all dirty because I was just underneath the van filming what I'm about to show you. But yeah, things were, it's a 30-year-old van that I haven't had the opportunity to, really put it through, I've replaced a lot of things on it. There's that. I haven't been able to just do that though, as you may have been able to tell from past videos if you followed my other IG account or my YouTube. A little bit of the lives that I do on Twitch, I've talked about it. But we've replaced a lot of things. On this trip in particular, we've actually replaced quite a bit. We got new boots on it. It's got new shoes, so 5 new tires, because we got a full-size spare, brand new, 5 new tires. Courtesy of the most amazing in-laws one could ever even imagine to hope for. New heater core, also courtesy of the in-laws. New upper and lower ball joints, courtesy of. What else do we got going on in there? Before we left, my mechanic in LA, he replaced a couple radiator hoses. Then there's this time last year, the van was in the shop for 13 weeks, trying to figure out why it was stalling, but it was there for 13 weeks because my mechanic got COVID. His 2 mechanics got COVID. He had to go to the hospital because a Jeep Wrangler rolled off the lift over his leg. He couldn't walk. One of the workers went back to Ecuador for a month randomly. And then there's just a whole lot of other things. Water pump, which I tried to replace myself. That was a bad call. Because bolts were rusted and bolts were broken and bolts are custom in there right now. Haven't replaced the fuel pump yet. Something I would like to do. I need to replace the air box. This is the air box. We do have a new battery and a new alternator from the past year. That's a big boy one, so I can charge dual batteries if I needed to. I know that I need to replace the, when I got the alignment after the upper and lower ball joints and the new tires, they said that my power steering gearbox, I think it was, needs to be replaced or should be replaced, which is why I have a lot of slop in the wheel and in the steering column. And what else? Oh, we replaced the front brake lines while everything was going on this holiday season. Let's see what else is there. There's all the interior that needs to be done. I talked about how there's a leak in the roof. There's multiple holes up there. And I want to replace it with a high top, like a good high top, so that way raise the bed platform up to about 30 inches, at least 25 to 26 inches. It would be nice, so I could get the dog crate underneath there, and any luggage or tools, bicycles. What else is there? Then there's the whole interior, just needing to finish that after the high top goes on, because I want to run electrical all through it. I'd like to get a nice 12-volt system going in there. I'd like to get a nice 110 system going in there with batteries. It's a whole mess of things, as you can tell by my ramblings. But I feel like I'm doing yoga over here. I just keep saying, which is lesson number 1 I learned when I was in college for radio and television, is to not do that. I got embarrassed on 98 Rock. Because I was just and they're like, well, you're studying yoga? Is that what you're minoring in? Because you're doing a whole lot of ums on the radio. You shouldn't do that. I'm like, 19, and I'm nervous, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. But thank you, Kurt, Mark, and Lopez. Let's see here. What else are we talking about now with the van? There's a lot of things. Oh, I need to get the dash rebuilt. As you can see, the gauges are not properly functioning. God, I feel like that's all I can think of at the moment. Like I said, I want to replace the fuel pump. I need a new air box. Well, I don't need a new air box, but I'd like to get one that's not broken. I do like the way I painted it, though. I think that's pretty neat. And then that's the majority of things. I do want to replace more stuff with the suspension. I would like to make this thing capable of towing another vehicle behind it for hobby reasons and practical reasons that we'll get into at a later date. And just all around make this thing a bit more comfortable. We've enjoyed camping in it. It's cold. It needs a 110 system in it, at the very least, to run at least a heater or a heated blanket, electric blanket, which we have an extension cord, so we can do that. That's not a big deal if we end up doing that this trip for 2 nights. But it'd be nice to have like a full-on, and lights everywhere, and charging ports, refrigerator. Dude, we're like in nature out here. It's really nice. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. This has been a nearly 7-minute ramble, so I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm not monetized on YouTube yet because you haven't hit like, share, subscribe. So I'm not gonna get any ad money for making this a 10-minute video, and I'm just gonna bore you. So on that note, bye-bye there.